Hi, this is ronMctube. We're playing the Hunter on PC. The World Cup has just kicked off, so it's time for the Football Jamboree 2018 event. 32 teams. I've gone for Brazil, France, Argentina, Spain, Germany and England. The prize is a golden 10 gauge shotgun. Looks very nice. Also, there's the Football Jamboree League. 8 different competitions. Each one runs for 4 days, each on a different reserve. The objective is to shoot one of every animal on the specific reserve for each competition. Your highest combined score is your entry. The top 4 hunters from each reserve will receive a trophy and EMS. The Football Jamboree I'm in now is on Timbergold Trails Premier League, and we've got to get a rocky mountain elk, a grizzly bear, a mule deer. It's got to be typical though. Grey wolf, bighorn sheep, white-tailed ptarmigan. The white-tailed ptarmigan must be airborne, and we're using the 9.3 74R over and under break action rifle because that's ethical for most of the species we're after, and also the 12 gauge Royal Edition pump action shotgun. I thought it'd be fitting to use that because it was actual prize for a similar event to this for football. So get the last animal in the competition with a football item. So here goes. We've got a wolf calling me at the minute. I'm just going to take position, give it a call on this ridge and see how we do. Hopefully there's a big group and we got a nice one amongst them. So who have you backed? What items have you brought? Who do you think is going to win it? I think Brazil will probably win it, to be honest, but a lot of the big favourites, like I mainly picked Brazil, France, Argentina, Spain, Germany, you know they're going to be about there, aren't they? If you pick the main ones, you've got a good chance. Or are you going to buy all the items so you know you've got them? So you buy all the trousers just knowing that you've already won the item. But it is a very nice looking gun, so if you do that, I wouldn't blame you for doing it. It does bring a bit of excitement to the football games as well, knowing you've got a bit of something on it as well. So if they win, you know you've got a reward. But you'll also be tense if one of your teams goes out and you've only got a few items. So you've got to choose wisely. Right, we've got 9.3. Where are these wolves? This ridge looks quite nice. Timbergold's quite easy to hunt actually. A lot of people get put off certain species on it, but most of the animals you can just get from walking up the river. So if you get stuck on here and you're not sure, the white-tailed ptarmigan are quite tricky. They can make you pull your hair out sometimes, so not everyone enjoys hunting them. But they're right up the top of the north of the map. We're going to go for them last. Right, where's these wolves? I can just see one barely in the tree. I've got to get a grizzly bear as well. Alright, there's one. I'm just going to try and pick out the best one. We're not going to try and win the competition, we're just in it for fun. Alright, where's this one? Wolves can be quite tricky sometimes, but we've got lucky. We've just started the hunt and we've walked straight into a pack. Which one should we take? Normally you can just see when they're a bit bigger than the others. Now that one in the middle looks a bit bigger. What's that one? Look at them fighting at the back. They don't know what's going to happen in a minute. This one will when I shoot it. Right, so we've got a wolf. That's out of the way. Hopefully it's a good scoring wolf. Let's get down and collect it. See what it scores. Remember, it's the total score of all the animals, and it scores 15.6, so that's actually a very decent wolf. I've got the full England set up. Hat, t-shirt and bottoms. The bottoms are from the Jamboree for this year. The t-shirt and hat are from previous events. Wolf sitting there, beautiful screenshot. So first animal out the way. What will we be after next? We've come down to the ponds and we've got a mule deer calling straight in front of us. So what I'll do is I'll give it a little call and then I'll get a position on this ridge and just keep an eye out for it. Hopefully there's a group of them and we can pick out the best one, but if it's just a sole one, it doesn't matter. We only need one male mule deer. We're playing to enjoy ourselves. We're not going for record busters on every species. I think that's one of the problems sometimes. People get too carried away with competitions. Nothing wrong with doing that, but you also want to enjoy it. So you can go out and you don't have to grind it. Just have fun. As long as you enjoy your hunts and you're having fun, and that's all that matters, isn't it? Right, I can just see this one in front of me. He's in the bush on my left. I'm just going to have a look around now because mule deer are often in groups. So I don't want to shoot a small one when it could be a really big one at the back, and that does frequently happen. When you're new at the game and you first come in, you will see anything like, oh, that's big, shoot. And then there's a bigger one always running away. So the same one's called back, so more than likely there is no others, it's just on its own. So that's good for me because if we shoot this and don't miss, that's another animal off the list. 6 animals in total. Just looking round. I think that was the shadows just changing there. I thought I seen something. I always trust my gut. If I see something or I see a little flicker and I think I'm not sure, it might have been an animal, I will always check it out. And I think that's a good thing to do. Trust yourself. If you think there's an animal over there, then check over there, because a lot of the time you will be right. So here's a mule deer. It's not going to break any leaderboard records, but it will do for this competition and this event. So here goes. 74R, do your business. Just wait for it to stop. This is a very powerful gun as well. For those of you who play Call of the Wild, yesterday I made a new video on the geese, and he's down. So if you're interested in seeing the geese close up, and I use the cinematic tool for some of that footage, and it's come out stunning, give that a check out. So 145 for our mule deer. Not a monster, but we've got it out of the way, and I'm glad to have nailed it. We have got some tricky animals to get yet, so I'm trying to do it in one hunt and try and get all of them, which is quite a challenge because you've got to go around different parts of the reserve to get there, especially for the ptarmigan. Now while I was taking that trophy shot for this mule deer, I heard an elk, so I know there's one very close. I didn't get the call because I was still positioning the animal, so let's see where this elk is. Ideally when you're looking for a big elk, a Rocky Mountain elk, you want, I'd say, 370 to 380 plus. 400 is a very nice animal. A 400 Rocky Mountain elk is easier to get than a 400 roseback elk, but it's still a very nice animal. So ideally 373 is very nice. Anything over 400 is just like you're really happy. For those of you who struggle with Rocky Mountain elk, if you look at some of my previous videos, I've got quite a few videos where I show locations, techniques to get them, and a lot of big Rocky Mountain elk. Same with roseback elk. So, oh, see that? Right hand side, that's quite a nice one. That may do. There's one really close as well, I think. But could be something else. Could be a mule deer, could be a bear. Just sneak up here, I've got a snake bite. Ooh, yeah, it's another male. Not as big as the one down the river, but let's see if we can get this one. Here we go. Perfect. Straight through the lungs. Swap to the 74R and try and get the bigger one. And down. So we've got a nice little bonus there. This one isn't as big as that one, but it's nice to get one with a bow. That great area there, just around the shoulder. Normally that armpit area is very good. Lung. So not quite 300, but a nice little bonus there. We'll collect that. We'll not take a trophy shot of that. We'll run over and collect the bigger one. The next event is on Bush Rangers Run, which will run for 4 days. That's going to be interesting on Bush Rangers. Totally different to hunting Timbergold and the other reserves, so look forward to that. I'm looking forward to VDB because I think for hunting all animals that is one of my favourite reserves. That and white art takes some beating, but Timbergold's really growing on me. Do like hunting on here. I think it's only the ptarmigan that kind of puts me off them. So let's collect it. It's in the river. This area with this bridge is very good. It's right in the middle of the river. Let's collect him, see what he scores. He scores 352, I think that said. So that's quite a decent elk. I'm quite happy with that. take a trophy shot. It's actually in a really good position. We've got the mountains in the back. So our third animal down. What will be next? Need to get grizzly bear, which shouldn't be too bad. If we follow this river after we took a trophy shot of this. Look, ptarmigan, we're going to get that last. Bighorn sheep. They can be tricky sometimes. Trying to find a nice one. You get a lot of females, but I'd like to get a nice ram. The curly round horns. As soon as you see that, they're normally quite decent ones. How's your summer going? It's absolutely sweltering here. It's really humid. That's one thing about here in the UK and Britain. We're not used to it. Some of you people will be watching this in really hot climates. But in here Britain, we're just used to rain. So when we get really hot periods, we're like, melting. So it's been really muggy the last few days. So we moved up the river. We're going to end up where we're looking, right up in the mountains, and I'm hoping to see a grizzly bear. This is quite a good area, right in the middle again, like I said, just up from the bridge, just follow the river. Normally grizzly bear roaming about. What I'm going to do is, whenever we spot one, hopefully not miss, and get on to our next objective, because I know the bighorn sheep and the white-tailed ptarmigan are going to be the hardest ones out of this collection of animals. I have got a very nice bighorn sheep setup. It's on a railway bridge. You've got a tent outside of it, and normally when you fast travel there, you normally got quite a few around there. Now here's a grizzly bear. I thought I seen something, like I was just saying earlier. If you think you see something, check it out, give it a few seconds, because sometimes it is an animal. Now I'm not sure about that. It looked about longish, but it looked like it could be a little behind, so that's probably an intestine shot. Don't mind an intestine shot. The only thing is you have to track it a little while after getting one, and then the bear will lie down and die. I do like to try and get clean shots if I can. And I always like to try and kill my animals in a single shot if I can. What's that? It's a Rocky Mountain elk. Another male. Doesn't look like a monster. Looks okay. But we've got our Rocky Mountain elk. Get this grizzly bear and get on our bighorn sheep setup. If you want to see videos from me covered on certain content for classic or Call of Wild, drop it in the comments. I always take a look at the last few videos I've done, see what people want me to do it on, and then if it's a popular subject, I will do a video on it. Now we hit it somewhere around here, so we need to find the track. One thing about Timbergold is the grass is quite long here, so it can be a bit of a chore trying to find the next track. So I always use my gut. Sometimes I won't click the tracks, or I'll click one of them to get a rough idea and then go in the location of where I think the animal went. Watching where the animal runs when you initially shoot it gives a big indicator to where it might be. As you played the game longer, you will understand where crossings are, where animals can get across, certain ways the pathfinding works. So you kind of work out where animal will probably go, or how far it will go, depending on what you shot it. So like an intestine, a lung shot, and such. But that comes with playing. So it was an intestine. We found where it is, and here it is. What does it score? It scores 21. So not a very big bear, but I'm happy to get the bear and out the way. We're on to our next animal, which is the bighorn sheep. Well, you kill me, Ron, just for the picture. So let's move on. We'll start going up into the mountains now. Hunting starts getting tricky. Going to fast travel to our next place, which is the railway bridge bighorn sheep setup. Now here we are, and as I said, this location is very good for them, and we've got them everywhere. They're in around the tunnels, around the tracks, underneath. There's quite a few of them, but everyone I've seen up to yet is females. So I'm hoping to pick out a nice male. We're looking for the curly ram bighorn ones, so as soon as you see one of them, it's gonna die. Nope, female. as I said, put a tent where mine is. I will show you the location and the coordinates in a minute, so you can put a tent here if you're struggling with bighorn sheep. They're everywhere. I can hear little footsteps all around me. I think there's some below me here as well. Definitely some under the bridge. Where are you? Some poop. What's that one? More female, more female. The female on my right, female there right under the bridge. It is a great location and you can get some really high scorers here sometimes. What's that one there? Is it another female? Yep. They kind of look like small female ibex. All these bighorns, there's got to be a decent one amongst them somewhere. It's probably 10 or 12 different ones here. They're really hard done by if there's not a single male amongst them. They come up and down this valley all the way round. Oh, come on. They're all tiny. So Ron might have to take a small female. Doesn't look like the hunting gods want me to have a nice one. Just having a little look round a bit more before we take a small female. Nope, small female. There's that many walking round, you don't know, because all you can hear is footstep, 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 footstep. That's why I'm still not sure if there is a decent one about, because there is so many. If there's any specific animal you're having troubles with, or if you've seen a reserve and you know you're going to probably struggle with them, drop it in the comments and I'll try and give you a little tip about it, or maybe do a video on the animal you're talking about before it gets to that event. There is certain animals which are harder to hunt than others, but a lot of them are just common sense and just a bit of time spent actually learning how to hunt them, how the game works. Then it just becomes time and energy just to focus on taking the bigger ones and being a bit more, you know, you're holding yourself back and not shooting the smaller ones so much. Oh, finally a male. Hopefully I can shoot down here. Where was he hiding all that time? You'll do. I thought it was out of luck there. I'm not going to shoot any of the others because we know they're all small. What I'll do is I'll run to the tent. I'm going to show you my coordinates. So if you want to put your tent here, you can do so. If you know where this railroad bridge is, then you don't really need to know. But for those that are new or not sure where I am, that's where I am. If you look at the coordinates in the middle, then you know where to place your tent now for some bighorn sheep action. So we're going collecting, and then we're on to, what should we call it, the most, I don't know, I won't say awkward, but I don't really enjoy hunting white-tailed ptarmigan. Out of every animal in the hunter, I don't mind hunting them, but the white-tailed ptarmigan is number one. I think it is because it is quite hard to hunt or locate, and it's also the terrain to get to hunt it. I suppose if you set all tents up here right around known locations at work, then it's not so bad. So there's our ram. Really happy with that. Let's move on to the white-tailed ptarmigan, our final end boss of this event. So tomorrow is England's game. Looking forward to that. Lots of English places will be shut down and everyone watching it glued to the TV. Ready for disappointment is sort of national thing here with the British football team. But we'll see how that goes. And we've got our white-tailed ptarmigan. I'm happy about that. I'm really happy about that. If you struggle with these white-tailed ptarmigan, top of the map, right up in the mountains, and listen for like flapping wings, you can often hear them, and they'll be in groups. Remember, it's got to be airborne as well, so don't come all the way up here and then shoot one on the floor, because when you see that don't count, you'll be like pulling your ear out. So that's been me, ronMctube. We've been doing the Hunter Football Jamboree first event. Hope you enjoy the World Cup. We'll be doing some more events as they take place. This has been the Timbergold event. Really enjoyed doing this. Please subscribe to my YouTube channels. Hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.